Siddharth is on a roll. 2014, both his films, the critically acclaimed super hit Jigar and Kavya Thalaivan, were appreciated. Now he's back with Enakul Uruvan. Siddharth talks to us about why he went to the court regarding service tax.
I never asked them to go and take to treat me as a poor, unemployed theatre actor. I'm not an idiot.
Siddharth, who's having more than 1 million followers on Twitter, talks about social media and his personal life.
So people can say whatever they want, that's their right, and they hurt me immensely when they say some really nasty, mean things about my personal life. What my right is to say that I will not react. I don't need to clarify it to anybody because it's not their business, it's my personal life.
Siddharth talks to us about his hush-hush secret project.
I've been developing content and we're going to get into production on a couple of films soon. And it's exciting because I've always wanted to produce good films.
Welcome to the red carpet, Siddharth.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
It's always a pleasure meeting you. You've seen me since I was a startup actor 12, 13 years ago. So it's always good to see you.
Yeah. And last year, memorable year, Jigar followed by Kavya Thalaivan.
Yeah.
What more can an actor ask for?
It was an actor's year for me. That doesn't come very often because Jigar was, as you know, it's a cult film. Everybody celebrated the film and it made lots of money for everyone involved. And then there was Kavya Thalaivan, which was a tough film to do. It was a beautiful film and a great experience, but critically acclaimed, but not exactly what we were looking for in terms of a result. But that happens in this business. So I'm trying to follow that year up with another year because 2015 for me is also an actor's year. It starts off with, I think, my most challenging film to date. It's a double role. It's my 25th film as an actor. So big year, starting on a big note.
Okay, how was Enakul Uruvan shaped up?
It's when I first saw the original Kannada version, I desperately wanted to make this film for the Tamil audience, and because I genuinely believe that the concept of this film is universal. And the original director, Pawan, I just spoke to him a few minutes ago, and he said, I'm so happy the film's coming out the way it's coming out. All I want is for it to be much bigger than the Kannada version, so it goes one step ahead. And I hope we've done that with the film. It's a high quality film technically, and as far as emotions are concerned, it's a film you'll take home with you. It's a really, really beautiful film.
I've seen the original and I really enjoyed that movie.
And I've told the director of the original that when you see our version, you're not going to see your film, you're going to see a new film. I promised him that. So I saw the film a couple of days ago when it's finished product, and I genuinely think that Lucia is one film and Enakul Uruvan is another film. Enakul Uruvan happened because of Lucia, but it's a film on its own as well.
How do you know, Divya?
I love you.
What?
Yeah, you've been such a successful actor and you must have made lots and lots of money. Why did you go to Madras High Court for the PIL today?
No, I think that was a misconstrued notion, which is typically how the media chooses to represent something. I'm an honest taxpayer and everybody knows that about me, and I've always fought that people should pay their taxes. However, I do have a personal grouse against the service tax as a concept, and my writ included many comparisons. They took a word and they misconstrued it. I never asked them to go and take to treat me as a poor, unemployed theatre actor. I'm not an idiot. I made a film called Kavya Thalaivan where we lost crores and crores of rupees to show the life of a theatre artist. So I'm not an idiot to say that in my writ. What I did say is that it's good to treat artists as artists, and since you have a 10 lakh barrier above which you start charging, 10 lakhs today is not a big amount for people who work in the entertainment business, especially actors. And as far as
they should keep it around a crore.
No, I think everybody has an individual opinion about it. My belief is that there are many industrialists, there are many extremely rich individuals in this country who don't have to pay service tax. And in fact, this country is a tax evading country. Most people don't even pay their income tax properly. So as an upright citizen who's always paid his income tax, I have a right to believe that service tax is a bit arbitrary, and so I approached the court about it. They said, no, better luck next time. I'll go back and ask them again on different grounds. But for somebody to misconstrue my writ and make me look like a bad person is quite idiotic, frankly. And for those people who know me, they know I'm an upright citizen. I have no intention of misrepresenting my assets or my asset value. I just believe that taxation needs to be fair across the board for everybody. And that's how it should be done. It's about how much money you make and it should be taxed. It's not about what you do for a living.
And is there any change structurally?
Well, once you see the film, that's something we will have a quick chat about. But quickly, let me tell you what we've done with it. Lucia is a psychological thriller with an extremely experimental non-linear narrative. So you can say all of those things are there in Eneklorwan, but what is added in Eneklorwan is the emotional aspect of the film, the romantic part, the love story takes center stage in Eneklorwan. So when I first saw Lucia, the part that touched me most there was the message of the film and the brave experimentation of the film. When I saw Eneklorwan, again the message is very clear about dreams, but the love story really touched me in this version. So Prasad Ramar, who is the director of our version, is a romantic at heart. He reads Murakami. He's wonderfully philosophical about life, and so it's there in the way he's written the dialogues and the way he's.
How is pairing with Deepa?
Deepa Sannidhi is for me in this film a big surprise. She's a revelation because we were very keen to get an actor which Tamil audiences haven't seen, because it's a double role, so we want them to see them in two different ways. So when I saw Deepa Sannidhi's Kannada work, we got her into audition here. It's her first Tamil film. When you see the film, I think she's going to get a lot of accolades for this film because she's pulled off both roles very well.
நான் வந்து தியேட்டர்ல விளக்கு படிக்கிறேங்க.
தியேட்டர் இல்ல தியேட்டர்.
What's your opinion on the social media where you are?
I think social media it's got its boon, it's got its bane, right? In the sense that there's good and bad. You just have to know how to take the bad with a pinch of salt, because you can't take it too seriously. And as far as people who don't respect it, don't take it too lightly. You just have to find the balance. I'm just having fun with it because I believe as a country we still have a long way to go as far as taking people's opinions in the right vein is concerned.
But you have your own opinion because you make...
And fortunately I live in at least until now we should record the date and time of this interview, we still live in a democratic free country. So I can't be arrested for having my own opinion because of late we're just banning everything. If we don't like something, we'll just ban it, which is just silly. That's not democracy, but we'll keep fighting for democracy. That's the good part about democracy, right? You get to tell people that it's a democracy and fight for your rights.
And there have been so many stories about your personal life and other...
It's boring. So actually the thing is it's two things. One is it's extremely painful because it's difficult enough having a healthy family and personal life as it is in any walk of life. In my walk of life, it's food for fodder, and you know, people treat it like a circus and they make fun of us and they point fingers and they think they can judge and blame. It's not easy, and I've never been comfortable being a famous person. I'm a very normal middle class boy, you know, from Chennai, and I'm still that same person.
You're extremely close to your mother.
I'm very close to my parents, I'm very close to my family, my friends from before I became a famous actor. Nothing about me has really changed, but what has changed is that people tend to kind of think that they own my personal life, which they don't. So people can say whatever they want, that's their right, and they hurt me immensely when they say some really nasty, mean things about my personal life. What my right is to say that I will not react. I don't need to clarify it to anybody because it's not their business, it's my personal life.
And what about your roles? What is your preparation? Because a lot of people tell me who have seen the film have also seen the say, so this one of the persons who I talked to saw the sneak preview or whatever it is, and he said both the roles you have done, you know, tremendous justice to both the roles.
My biggest challenge in this film, sir, was that one role is of a movie star, a guy who has everything, you know. And the other one is of a normal lower middle class, you know, guy who works in a single theatre as a torch shining usher. So I wanted to make sure that I create two real people. You know, I'm an actor and I've grown up in the last 12-13 years as an actor looking at big stars. I've met them in person, I've seen how they behave. So I've taken a bit of their psychology into the performance. The theatre boy, I've met a lot of people who work in this business in the theatres. I've spoken to them not just about their habits and their clothes and their mannerisms, but also their dreams. So I would say it's a very it's a mental homework film. I've tried to steal things from people's lives, and that's what, if someone tells me that there are two realistic characters in Eneklorwan, I'm done. My job has been done correctly.
But would you do now a rank commercial film?
Absolutely. See, the word commercial is being misused in Indian cinema. You can call a film that released any of these films that release over them. Every week there's 3 films. They're all trying to be commercial films, but how many of them make money? So I think my last commercial film, as you would call it, is Thiyavela Kumar.
But that was a hit.
It made 2.5-3 times the budget of the film, so it was a blockbuster. So that is Sundar Si, that's what he does. So whenever somebody like Sundar calls me, I'll go. I mean, I have blind faith in somebody like Sundar, but I wouldn't say that anything that I attempt to do in the commercial mold is commercial. So what I can do is I can try to make good films. And if the good film also makes 5 times its budget, then it's a commercial film, you know. So that the director has to come and approach us. So for now, the next lineup includes films that I definitely know will make money. I don't know how much money they'll make, but they will
But
definitely
are
make
you
money.
going to do it only now in Tamil, or are you?
For now, the next year is only Tamil, because I told you films don't happen overnight for a person like me. You know, it takes 6 months, 7 months, sometimes a year of planning to get a film. So I'm not somebody who has a big industry setup, and I don't have my parents, my family is not from cinema, so nobody's working around my time. You know, I have to go and try to get good work for myself. So I've kind of made these films happen for me, Jigardanda and now Yanakloron, my next lineup. But yes, I do owe my fans in Telugu also a film next year, because I might not be a big star there, but there are lots of people who've been waiting for a film from me there. I'm really looking forward to going back and doing a film for them. And Hindi as well, it's been 2 years since Chashme Badur, and that was a hit film, so I should do another Hindi film soon.
Does this film really talk about single screens? Yeah, you know, the single screens is, I mean, it's a last of the
It's very ironic, right? Because when Lucia came out, it was a multiplex film that spoke about the single screens. We haven't dealt with that issue too much in this film, because as it is, Yanakloron has a lot of beautiful topics juggling in the air, right? There's romance, there's a psychological thriller, there's the suspense, and there's the non-linear script. We kind of took that one element out of it, so to make it a little easier to understand. But having said that, I grew up in the single screens. So for me, the single screen is my comfort space. It's where I grew up as a film lover. So even in this film, because I'm a kid who works in a single screen theatre, and we are shooting, for those of you who don't know, this venue is very close to my heart. It's one of the most popular preview theatres in South India, even India. And as an assistant director, I've spent a lot of time here, and I've learned how to kind of change projector reels in this theatre. So when I performed in Yanakloron, I played a professional projectionist assistant. So there are scenes in the film where I had to change reels in shot, and it had to look like somebody who's been doing it all his life. So this kind of is a meta moment for me. So I learned how to spin projector reels here, and I've used it in the film.
But we don't, screen films through the projector any longer.
Absolutely. So that's why it's good that it was a character who's in a single theater, because in the multiplexes now you switch on a button, and the cube and the PXT, those digital systems play you high quality HD visuals. So the world's changing really fast. So Yanakloron has a lot of that old world charm and a lot of that beauty in it.
Siddharth, you've completed 25 films in 3 languages. What next for 2015? You are not doing any film, as far as I know.
Actually, the last few years.
Your own production house.
Oh, I did. I mean, my first production was Kadal Sodapudepudi. That was a co-production with Why Not and
but that
my
was also
company.
appreciated. It was a hit also.
It was fabulous. And over the next 2 years after that, what we've done is we've been developing content in-house. I have a really nice team of young people looking for young talent, because I came to the industry without a godfather. I didn't have anybody pushing me from behind, and nobody took care of me but myself.
You will encourage young talent?
Absolutely. The
These
whole idea.
People who are helping me are all looking for.
No, absolutely. My team and the team that's around here knows that I work with a lot of young people, and I back a lot of talent, even though they might not have the experience or the education. So what we've been doing is we've been finding fresh and raw talent, and more importantly, good content that can be interesting. Because I set up a company because there are a lot of films that everybody wants to make. There are some films that should be made, but not everybody wants to make them. Those are the kind of films that I want to make.
Do you make films on a budget?
It has to be. See, because I put my own money into a film, so I have to make sure that if I'm making a film, I don't need to make money off it, but I cannot lose money off it, because this is money I worked really hard for, and it's my post-tax income. So I make sure that my budgeting is done properly, so that whatever is a conservative business for a product, that's your selling price, and you work backwards and you make your budget accordingly. The biggest problem with cinema today, and why everybody keeps losing money, is that they keep putting money into the cost without knowing the selling price, and that's the problem. So the cost keeps becoming bigger and bigger, and then you try to redefine the selling price, and that's not how cinema works.
So you feel you should work according to a budget?
Absolutely. I think I'm a realistic actor. I'm not a very big star. Whatever my reach is, my stardom is, I use that as my selling price, and I work backwards and make sure everybody who's involved in the film makes money. So I've been developing content, and we're going to get into production on a couple of films soon. And it's exciting because I've always wanted to produce good films, and I now get to make them. So.
Will you produce films with other
stars? Yes, absolutely. Like I said, a lot of it will be with me, because it's easier to sell a film with a face on it. But having said that, my entire technical crew will always be newcomers. But actors also, I would like to look at other actors in my projects as well.
We heard you're doing a hush-hush project right now. You're shooting in the night and not reporting for
The thing is that the phrase hush hush is used very correctly, and it's said hush hush. So if there is a hush hush project, then it should be hush hush to like kind of take the hush out of the hush.
So he has some scoop on that.
Absolutely no. I think it's there will be a time when I'll be speaking and shouting on the rooftops. I'm doing some very exciting work right now, and I know a lot of people are asking, but I'm going to be making some noise in a good amount of time. But right now there's just work in progress.
Did we hear something in 2015?
Absolutely. Then yeah, for sure. I think in the next month you can expect some news. Yeah, we're looking for not just one piece of news, maybe two, maybe three.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was nice talking.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And don't forget to go and watch Yenaklorvan and call me and let me know what you think. And all of you, please, Yenaklorvan, March 6th, one of my favorite films, 25th film. Dayav Senju Kudumbathoda family oda poi padatha parunga. Please take your friends and watch the film. Do not watch it on the internet. It's terrible to do that. So yeah, enjoy the film. I hope you love it. Thank you so much.